everyone, this is Grace of GB Maltese, and I'm going to do a little bit of a different type of video. Most of you know that I do more than just diamond painting, and I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about some of the colorings I have done recently and some of the materials that I use on these colorings. The first book I'm going to show you is no longer in print. This is a grayscale book, and this is what the colors look like before you color. The pages look like before you color them. And here's one that I did, and I used alcohol markers on this. And I'm going to show you the brand that I ended up purchasing. I read several good reviews on Amazon. I got the Aspire Color alcohol markers, and I can't remember if there are 60 or 80 in this package. It's a lot. There are more colors you can probably think of. And I believe I paid about $38 for these. And it also comes with a needle drawing pen, which has a very tiny little black marker that you could use if you needed to add something to your picture or go over lines. And it also comes with a colorless blender, and each one of these markers comes with this nib tip, which is your fine point, and they also come with the broad stroke. And this is great for your larger areas, and I did use that in this picture for the curtains and for the floor. So that's one that I did. Here's another. This book is fantastic. I haven't had this one very long, and I love this artist, Elena Lazareva, I believe is maybe how you pronounce that, Lazareva. And I ordered the one that had the 100 best grayscale coloring pages, and this is what they look like before you color them. Very, very light. And I did this one using those alcohol markers. It was so easy. I have not decided on the background yet. I think I'm going to do some pastel on there, but I'm not positive yet. I loved using the markers. So simple. You really don't have to think much about your coloring when you're doing that. Oh, and if you noticed on the eyes, these big white areas that I did, I used a Posca pen. And all that is a white paint marker. And I used these, and I ordered a little kit because it came with different sizes. And I like to use these in the eye areas and for highlights. So, I really like these. Okay, those are what I've done in this book. Now, let me get some of this stuff out of the way so I can show you some more. Okay, the next I'm going to show you are some more grayscale, and these were done with pencils. I'm going to show you from this book. I am loving this book. Gorgeous Women, Gorgeous Gowns, Grayscale Adult Coloring Book by Renee Davenport. This reminds me of the vintage style of dresses and things. And this is what they look like before they're colored. Just your black and or gray and white. And this is what I did. I used polychromos, and I have a few Caran d'Ache. And this is how this one came out. I colored the picture, and then I used a colorless blender. I actually used the Caran d'Ache colorless pencil, and I sharpened it to a point. This is a pencil holder because it was getting so short. All you have to do with these is unscrew it and take it out. You can see it was hard for me to hold on to it. So this makes my pencils last longer. So when my pencils get short, I bought 2 packages of these things. I don't want to run out. The necklace I did with the, I used pencil, and then I used the Posca pen for the little kind of accents, and I used it in her eyes and on her necklace. So this was, like I said, done in Polychromos, Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, and a few Caran d'Ache, and I blended the whole thing with this pencil. I do one color and then I blend it, so it makes it very smooth. And I also did this one the same way. On this one, I used my glitter pens here on this stand. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. I did pencil and then that. And on this, on the couch, I just used a gold glitter pen for the fringe. And on her jewelry, I used a silver glitter pen, and I used Posca pens up here. So, again, this was done in Polychromos with a little bit of Caran d'Ache with the blender. Now, these are my Polychromos pencils. I keep all my pencils in cases. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the Polychromos are expensive. I did not buy all of these at one jump. I bought a very small package, and then I went to my favorite, one of my favorite stores to buy supplies, which is gbmaltese.com, and you can buy one pencil at a time. And these are my Caran d'Ache that I have. I don't have a lot. These are very expensive. The pencils run about $4 to $5 a piece, but I found them on sale. I found a little tin on sale, and I got them a whole lot cheaper. So, gbmaltese.com has sales every so often, and I put my pencil holders in here. I've got another, this is a Prismacolor blender, and then another Caran d'Ache blender. And I bought these cases. I got this one off of Amazon, and I got these brown ones off of gbmaltese.com. Okay, and this is another grayscale book. Now this one is still available, I do believe. Chibi Girls by Jade Summer. And this is how they look before you color them. Now I did this one very different than the others. I think these are good in helping you learn where highlights are. So what I did this one, and what I did was I would choose like 3 colors for an area. I used my lightest color in here, I used a medium color in here, and then my darkest colors in these areas, and blended it with, again, my, since this is my Polychromos, Polychromos blend fantastic. Your Polychromos are an oil-based pen, and the Prismacolor blender does not work too well with it. These wings I did in gel pens. All of the butterflies I did in gel pen. I did this background and the background of the green back here in pastels. And I can show you how I do some of these things if you're interested. I can do some tutorials on how I blended some of this with the Polychromos. So, I was very pleased with it. This took hours and over a few days. I'd spend a little time and then decide on what color. And the Posca pen in the eyes, of course. And for the owl's eyes and for the squirrel's eyes, I used it. So, I've always enjoyed art, and I've colored for years off and on. I'm getting back into it again for relaxation. The pictures I'm going to show you next are done with Prismacolors. Okay, here's one. I think I've shown you this one once before. And I use a variety of techniques here. I actually used jelly rolls on this, the glitter jelly rolls. I think it was Stardust. And on the moon and on the girls, I used the Prismacolors, and I used the Prismacolor colorless blender pencil. I keep stock of these and my other blender because that's how I like to blend my colors. And the clouds I did with pastels. I just shaved some off and used a cotton ball and Q-tip. So that's how that one came out with the Prismacolors. I used, in this area, you can probably tell I used some gel pens, metallic looking ones. And this one is still a work in progress. I have a lot of Hannah Lynn. This came from Hannah Lynn book, and I just cut it out. I also own several PDF versions of her coloring books. She has a website. And this is the one I'm working on now with Prismacolors. Cinderella. I have not finished it, as you can see. This is taking me quite a bit of time. Lots of deciding on colors and lots of blending. Again, I use my Prismacolor colorless blender to color these in, to blend the colors. And if you can only own one Caran d'Ache pencil, get the white. The white will help you with highlights. That's what I use. I use this Caran d'Ache white pencil, and you can go over, and it will go over this very easily, even after you have blended it and burnished it. Burnish is just getting the tooth flat on your paper. You've gone over it and over it, and you got it flat. I'm going to color these mice. I don't have any gray Prismacolor, so I'll do these in polychromos. This, I'm thinking of using maybe pastels, maybe more. I haven't decided. And then these stars, probably glitter pens, and I'm going to use my Posca pen in some areas on here. So when I finish her, I'll show it to you. These are my Prismacolors that I have. I keep them like this because, as I said, I buy them sometimes separately. I got these, I believe, less than $1 a piece on digblick.com when you buy them one at a time. One of these days, I might be able to get the 150 pack. I have it in my cart on Amazon. I'm just waiting for that price to come down. One time it was down to $60 and I missed it. So you can see there is a difference. Prismacolors are wax based. I love them. I also love my polychromos. They both do a beautiful job blending. I just use a different blender. Sometimes I'll use Gamsol for blending, but I did not on any of these. I also bought something new that I want to try blending with that has no chemicals in it. It's very natural, and if it works out well, I'm going to tell you about it. For those of you that have breathing problems like I do, it might be a lifesaver for us. So this one, Prismacolor, this one, Polychromos. They both do a beautiful job, I think. So it's a matter of taste. There are other pencils that are not as expensive, and I have used the cheaper pencil. I've used all kinds. As I told you, I have been working on my collection for years. This is not something I just went out and purchased in the last month or two. I've been purchasing them over 4 and 5 years when I started really enjoying it. Let me show you my pencil sharpener. I love this pencil sharpener. This pencil sharpener is Cum, I'm not sure, K-U-M, you can't read it there. And it has, first of all, it's got a place for your pencil shavings, and then it has it's got 4 different sizes for your pencils. So depending on the size of your pencil, it should fit. Fantastic. I have not broken any pencils in this little sharpener. I really like it a lot. I haven't shown you everything that I have as far as coloring has to go for. I haven't shown you my gel pens and my glitter pens. I'll do that another time. A lot of times I like to get my gel pens and and sometimes do mandalas, or mandalas, whatever you want to call them, just for relaxation. But I like, as you can see, I like to do different types of coloring. They're all fun, easy. Use your grayscale coloring books to help you see where highlights would be in a picture, where the dark part is. Now, those pictures were just as dark as you see here. I used a lighter color of pencil in this area, and then when I had that area done, I used my colorless blender and just colored it down. I do not like using Prismacolors in these. I could not get them to blend as beautifully as my polychromos, because I started out doing this in Prismacolor, and as I started blending, it started taking the color completely off, and the gray was coming through. So I went back over this with my polychromos, which is an oil-based. The other is wax-based. There are hundreds of different kinds of pencils out there. Dick Blick has their own brand of pencil that I might try. It's a lot cheaper, but just start out with a few. You don't have to get everything all at once. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed me showing you a little bit of what I've been doing lately. And yes, I am still diamond painting away, and I will not be doing away with my diamond painting. Trust me, I love it too much. But I wanted to share a little bit of this with you. If you have any techniques that you would like me to show you, I'm just now getting back into doing it again. I was really gung-ho. I've done oil painting, acrylic paintings, and I kind of use a lot of those skills with my coloring. So it's been a lot of fun getting back into my artwork. So if you have any questions or would like me to do a special video on any craft that you know that I do, just put it in the comment. I love your comments. I have been so thrilled to read the comments in my last video, and I'm got to get back and finish answering some. I try to keep up with it, and just let me know what you think, and if you have any questions. Just remember to take care of yourself and to love what you're doing, and to tell the people you love that you love them. I hope you're having a beautifully blessed day and that you have a blessed weekend. I love you guys. You take care now. Bye.